Prepare the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Good morning. Welcome for the biblical explanation for the second Sunday of Advent. The Gospel reading is from the Gospel according to Mark chapter 1, verses 1 up to 8. The Gospel reading are just the first verses of the Gospel according to Mark. In verses 2 and 3 we have a combination of quotations from three books, from Malachi chapter 3, then Exodus chapter 23 and Isaiah chapter 40. In Malachi we read, "Now I am sending my messenger, he will prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom you seek will come suddenly to his temple." And in Exodus 23:20, "See, I am sending an angel before you to guard you on the way I bring you to the place I have prepared." So these two quotations refer to the first part of the quotation in Mark. "See, I am sending my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way." While the words in verse 3 are quoted from Isaiah chapter 40. "The voice of one crying out in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make his path straight." The text of Isaiah, which in fact is also part of the first reading for this Sunday, is the oracle of the Lord. In verses 1 and 2 announces the return of Israelites from the exile back to Jerusalem because they paid off their iniquity, their sins. Now in verse 3 we read, "A voice cries, in the wilderness prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God." And also the second part Mark makes short, makes his path straight, while in the Hebrew version we have a longer expression, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Now in verse 4 in Isaiah we find a detailed explanation in what this preparation of the way of the Lord consists. "Every valley shall be lifted up, and every mountain and hill be made low. The uneven ground shall become level, and the rough places a plain." Knowing the biblical geography, topography, we could take these words in very literally as reflecting the geographical reality. But the prophecy of Isaiah is about coming back from exile, so about religious spiritual renewal of the people of Israel. Therefore this text should be also read in different way. And the words which are here, like shall be lifted up or made low, are quite often used in the Bible in a symbolic way, as lifting up to give glory, while also making low, humiliating. Mountains and hills were also privileged places for worshipping not only God of Israel but also idols. Therefore, making them low also could mean destroy them, while the valley could refer also to the temple of Israel, which was humiliated, now should be lifted up spiritually. And similarly, the following expression, translated literally as "uneven ground shall become level," could be also read differently because those two words have also different meaning. Something what is deceitful, insidious, should become uprightness. And uprightness is included both in the Hebrew text translated in Isaiah as "make straight a highway for our God," as well also in its Greek equivalent used in the Markan Gospel, "make his path straight." Because the Hebrew word, together with its Greek equivalent, is found in the following expressions, like in Psalm 107, "Let them by a straight way," which could be also translated by the way of uprightness. And in Psalm 11, the upright in heart. In Psalm 19, the precepts of the Lord are right, upright. In Psalm 25, integrity and uprightness preserve me. From these few quotations, we understand that making his path straight is not in the material sense, but in a spiritual sense, making them upright. Therefore, also the translation could be, make his paths upright. And the words like way, paths, road, walking, and similar ones refer in the Bible quite often to the following of the teaching of God as walking together. The one who walks in the ways of God follows his teaching. And let us just see few examples of such usage from the Psalms. Psalm 25, make me know your ways, teach me your paths. Psalm 23, he, that means shepherd, brings back my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness for the sake of his name. Psalm 17, in spite of the actions of people, at the word of your lips, I have kept myself from the paths of the violent. My steps have held fast to your traces, my feet have not been shaken. And the last quotation refers to the teaching of the double way, quite often present in the Bible as an alternative. You choose the way of God, walking with him, following his commandments, or you choose a different way, doing injustice, but being far from God. And this double way could be also expressed in the text of Isaiah. The first expression, prepare the way of the Lord, which translates literally the Hebrew text. Some translations render it, prepare the way for the Lord, following the second expression, a highway for our God. But in Hebrew, there is no preposition before the Lord, therefore literally should be translated, the way of the Lord. So this is the way of the Lord that belongs to the Lord, that is prepared for the people coming back from exile to follow this way, to follow his teaching. While the second way, a highway for our God, is then prepared by people for God to return to his glory, because on the occasion of the exile, not only that people departed, but also God departed from his temple, was absent. Now, in restoration, the people and God are coming back to God's temple, to God's sanctuary. And the spiritual understanding of the quotation of Isaiah fits so well in the Markan Gospel, who announces the messenger, because this messenger is John the Baptist, who is calling people to repentance for the forgiveness of their sins. Because the conversion is like bringing people back on the right track, which is the way of the Lord, the teaching of God. Wishing all of you nice Sunday, good preparation for Christmas.